we could be able to have accountability, if we could have austerity measures as a country, in regards to the resources that we already have, I'm sure we wouldn't have a problem as Kenyans in paying our taxes. But you're collecting our taxes. We are seeing a lot of wastage in terms of government. You have the executive having the hospitality travel, the leisure travels, monies that we can't account for. And then again, this is the highest budget at 4.8 trillion in the history of Kenya. And you're telling us it is 50-50? 50-50 at what level? Is it executive? You have a government that has, you have three arms of the government. You have the executive, you have the legislature, you have the judiciary. You have the executive at the national government getting at 2.89 trillion. You give parliament 40 billion, and then you're giving judiciary 30 billion. So in essence, number one, you're creating a reliance on the national government. And then we're still supposed to believe this is working for Kenyans. It's not working for Kenyans. Each day we hear the judiciary complaining, we have a backlog. I mean, where are we supposed to go when we have issues? We're going to the courts. But if these very places, that is the judiciary, is not well funded, if then again the very carrier is telling me, you're granting this thing, we in fact, they're looking for a way to invade up to our M-Pesa statements to look for tax, but the one they've already collected can't be accounted for. But they further want to come for more. The one you've taken, you can't tell me how it's working, but you want to come for more. And then again, in the same breath, you're telling me as education is the biggest beneficiary. So education is the biggest beneficiary and TVET. But what measures have you taken as a government to address the previous graduates from the TVET? You have a high rate of youth unemployment, but you're saying you're investing in the education. But what about industrialization? You're raising taxes on the industrialization, thereby industries are shutting down, manufacturing costs are high, but you want to invest in these people. So once you're saying you're investing, which again, if you calculate it, it's a very paltry sum, and then once you've invested in the education, they have nowhere to go, you understand? And then you're saying the budget is for good. It's for the good of who? It's not for our good. Okay. If anything, I really feel it's very burdensome for the Mwananchi and very beneficial from the topics. Briefly to speak to, I really like the fact that when it comes to debt, you're really quoting all the big countries. I'll ask my friend here, what is the quality of life in Denmark compared to Kenya? All the countries you have quoted have one thing in common. The quality of life is very high. Their taxes are working. So if Denmark is one of the most highly taxed countries in the world, you go to Vejle, go to Horsens, go to Copenhagen, look at the streets, look at the infrastructure, look at the education, look at the healthcare, and then come to Kenya. And then again, now it takes me to what CJ is highlighting, that kule chini, kama mnataksiwa huku juu mabwanyenye, sasa sisi ambao tuko kule chini, msizungumze. There's one thing we really want to understand hapa. Kwamba, if we are being taxed as a people, it is for development. There's no tax bracket that says, if you are rich, we'll tax you 25%, and if you're in the ghetto, we'll tax you 2%. When we are taxed as Kenyans, irregardless of your social status. You understand? Secondly, it does not excuse. Because one thing, I have seen pockets of development with this government. I won't take it away from them. However, you will not tell me because you're building a stadium, so then you have a right for 50 billion to disappear because you're building a stadium. You will not tell me because of domestic borrowing, we have a deficit of 1.1, and so we have seen previously, there's the selling of bonds, we have seen privatization of parastatals, but can you account for, is there transparency in these privatization processes? Is there accountability? Can we talk about how it's being done? No. Kenya Pipeline right now, I'm sure very many Kenyans can't even account for how the privatization processes of Kenya Pipeline is happening. Yet, mnatuambia tunajengiwa madaraja. Madaraja ni maendeleo kakangu, lakini nikuulize, at what expense? Kwa mifuko ya nani? Ni sawa unajengiwa daraja. So what we are asking for, one, is accountability and transparency. Okay. That if you're going to build the bridge and it costs 4 million, let it cost 4 million. Okay. Don't build the bridge at the cost of 100 million and then go to the people and tell them, oh, you didn't have a bridge, now you have a bridge, clap your hands. But 96 million is missing. Okay. That is our money. And equally, I fully believe that the deficit we are facing can be found not in selling of bonds, not in privatization of our parastatals, but rather in tightening corruption. If we just deal with the wanton wastage we face as a country, ule ubatilifu wa pesa ambao unaonekana katika maofisi ya serikali ikizingatiwa kwamba serikali iseme right from the customs, our borders, revenue collection by KRA, and we mean serious revenue collection. If they are going to benchmark with the NYPD and tell us about cameras, I think cameras should just start from the highest office in the land. Then from there, we will be able to see that this money that is collected, if we are able to rein in on corruption, then I believe the particular deficit we are facing as a country can be reined in on. Then Kenyans can be able to see the development that we need, that we want as a people, that we deserve as a people. And lastly, to the MCA at the corner, it is not okay to lay blame at the national government. Y'all at the county government are equally wasting the resources of the people. So for me, I also find it very pretentious when people keep saying national, national, national. You people go to Malaysia to look at roads and spend 500 million. You can just go to Rwanda and look at roads and come back. There's a... It's a very clean village. Kenya is a city. Where are we at?
Definitely.
Kenya is a city.
But
where
the
are we
point
at?
is home,
so
definitely.
we really have to be very accountable and transparent in all our activities.
Okay. Thank you very much. I want to come to her briefly. Actually, you have like 5 minutes, honestly. So if we can keep it very tight, it will be...
For those who tuned in KTN Live, the debate or the conversation about the finance, the budget that is 2026-2027, you were so keen to hear the views of the young people representing different segments of this country, politicians, economists, business people, and the common mwananchi represented in that chat. And they have aired out whatever they feel is so strong, and the budget planners and the bad guys who came up with the budget could have really looked into. And what caught my attention is this woman. I don't know if it's a woman or a girl, that this woman, Keziah. The most important thing about everything is not about how much I give. It is how much or how you use whatever I have given. Give me an accountability of all those things, and I'll be okay to give you 1,000 shillings. But if I gave you 100 shillings or 50 shillings, and you cannot account for that 50 shillings, but you still want me to believe that if I give you 100, you'll account for it, I'll have a problem with you. So the problem that Kenya has, of the third world countries, developing countries have with their leaders, not leaders, they have their politicians, is that the politicians are not ready to give an accountability of what they take from the people, the taxes they take from the people, and they want to come up with vague explanations telling people whatever they should believe in that is not right. And that is what Keziah is calling unto. I believe this is what each and every Kenyan is calling unto, accountability to these issues that are happening within the government. Ask me more taxes, but let me see my taxes are working for me. I don't have problem. I don't have a problem. But if I'm giving more and it's not working for me, it's only working for the few quote unquote elites that are not elites, but they've made themselves elites because they've stolen from us, then that makes it worse. And that is what Kenyans are looking into. So, to the leadership of this country, to the politicians who've called themselves the leadership of this country, can we have something in common? And this is, we want a genuine and honest accountability of all the resources, all the taxes we have given, and we continue giving each and every day. We want better health. We want good education. We want good housing. The basic needs should be affordable in this country. As much as you tax us, let us have clean waters. As much as you tax us, let us have efficient services in our hospitals. Nurses, doctors who are qualified and they don't have jobs should get jobs. Teachers in schools who are qualified and they don't have jobs should get jobs. Yes, what about this common mwananchi who is looking for something to do to earn a living? They should be able to get it. That is what we're calling unto. So, you listened, you've heard her. Leave your comment and tell us what you really think should be happening next. Love it. Bye.